Sri Sachidananda Sadguru Sainath Maharaj Ki Jai. Sri Sai Satcharitra, An Insight, Episode 144. My humble prostrations at the lotus feet of our Sadguru Sai. By the divine grace of Sai, an attempt has been made to translate the gist of the divine discourse of Sri Ramanathan Brother telecasted in Sai TV. This is purely done to share the glory of Sai and his divine teachings with more insight to the aspirants. Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnuhu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parabrahmam Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Devotees, in the previous episode, we listened to the captivating Leela experienced by Harichandra Pitale's brother Vishnu Pant Pitale, who had a very comfortable journey to his hometown from Shiradi, though he never had any money in his pocket. Sri Sai Maharaj collects dakshana from the devotees that visit him, but from very few he takes off all the money and leaves their pockets empty before they leave Shiradi. Such devotees are in fact very blessed. In the earlier episodes, we discussed the greatness of dakshana, and in connection to that, we heard many leelas that portrayed the above fact. Whoever submitted their entire money at the holy feet of Sri Sai as dakshana experienced a miracle. That is, in a short span of time, they always earned a very good returns from their business, or got a hike in their salary, or reaped unexpected income from other sources. They never had any shortage for money in their entire life and always had enormous funds to manage their expenses. Many evidence to this statement have been voiced out by numerous devotees, and the same has been recorded by Sai research authors in their Sai literatures, hence it's not a mere exaggeration. So now Vishnu Pant Pitale reached his home at Ville Parle. In 2 days after he came back from Shiradi, a car as that of the size of a boat was parked outside his home. The car looked so new that one could see his reflection in its glaze. A rich person got down from that car inquiring if that was Vishnu Pant Pitale's home. Vishnu Pant was seated there and was in utter shock, wondering who that rich man could be and why is he asking for him. His mind was crammed with thoughts. In a wink of an eye, the person introduced himself as J.R.D. Tata to Vishnu Pant Pitale. The moment Vishnu Pant heard this great person's name, he was dumbstruck, and J.R.D. Tata spoke thus: I have bought some land in Sahara, that is the place where the current airport is situated, and decided to build a big industry there, and this deal involves a lot of documentation and some of them must be translated from English to Marathi, while few from Marathi to English. Hence, I need a person to take care of this job, and came to understand that you are skillful to handle this work. So, I wish to appoint you for this. Thus, I came in person to ask if you will be interested to take up this job. I can pay you a salary of rupees 150 per month. Devotees might recall that Vishnu Pant's monthly income from the government service as Talati was just rupees 35, but now he is getting an offer for rupees 150. Again, there is a challenge in this proposal. He began to ponder on that because his present job is a secured one, whereas the new offer is not so. Once this translation work gets completed, then what will happen to his employment? Will he be thrown away from the job? Was the question in his mind. He was perturbed, and whenever he had doubt in mind, he approached Sri Sai for guidance and would decide by picking up chits from the lot in front of Sri Sai's portrait. Vishnupant thought of doing the same now as well. Just then, he recollected an incident that happened in Shirdi 2 days ago. When a devotee offered dakshina to Sri Sai Baba, he blessed him thus: "You give 1 and receive 10. And just before Vishnupant Pitale left Shirdi, Sri Sai Baba took rupees 15 as dakshina and emptied his pocket. Now, the offer Vishnupant is about to get is 10 times of rupees 15, which is rupees 150. Vishnupant connected the dots by comparing the amount took by Sri Sai from him as dakshina and his assertion that give 1 and receive 10. So now he realized that if he is to get rupees 150 as salary, then certainly that must be a blessing from Sri Sai Maharaj upon him. Immediately, Vishnupant resigned his job as Talati and got employed in JRD Tata's company, earned an income of rupees 150. Thus, his standard of living grew and he became a wealthy person. Just his first darshan to Shirdi brought a tremendous shift in his life, which is feasible only by the mercy of the Lord Sri Sai Baba. So, along with Harichandra Pitale's experiences with Sri Sai, we also listen to the inscrutable Leelas experienced by his brother Vishnupant Pitale. Following this, Hemat Panji is continuing to narrate about a devotee by named Gopal Narayan Ambadekar from Pune. He was employed in the Customs and Excise Department during the British rule in the year 1897 to 1908. His first posting was at district of Thane and later got transferred to district of Jawhar. Thus he served in his job for almost 10 years. None knew what happened to him. Something brought a bad spell over him. Maybe the stars rotated and got misfortune to his life. He resigned his job during the year 1908 and it was very hard for him to get another job. So he decided to start up his own business, but there too he had to face lots of trouble that finally he gave up his business. Year after year, his financial position became more worse. Household condition became unbearable. This continued for years. He lost all hope. There was absolutely no source of income. He felt that his life has come to a standstill. Calamities happened one after the other, that he was pushed to even struggle for a square meal. This plight continued until 1915, that is almost for a period of 7 years, and every year he would go to Shirdi and heart to heart plead Sri Sai Maharaj to bless him and alleviate him from his sufferings. He would prostrate at the holy feet of Sri Sai day and night and implored for his grace. Though he was having darshan of Sri Sai during his tough times, he could not get any relief as the influence of his past bad merits were very strong. This is an exceptional case because only very few devotees of Sri Sai Maharaj had experienced such long sufferings owing to their bad karmas. Because we have heard various Leelas in Sri Sai Satcharitra as shared by the innumerable devotees of Sri Sai Baba that they had found a solution to their problems by merely having one darshan of Sri Sai Baba. Also, there are a handful of devotees who could not get rid of their miseries and had a long-term suffering even after their darshan with Sri Sai Maharaj. Gopal Narayan Ambadekar's life took adverse turns every year and became bad to worse. Around the year 1916, he reached a situation that was totally out of control. His debts increased to a greater extent, and the moneylenders began to pressurize him to repay the loan he had borrowed over these years. At this situation, he came to Shirdi with his wife and stayed there for 2 months. Ambadekar didn't have any plans to go back to his hometown as he was very much depressed and lost interest in life. He was so dejected that he decided to commit suicide if his situation doesn't improve. Every day he went to Sri Sai Baba's darshan and was desperately waiting for Sri Sai Maharaj's grace. Sri Sai didn't give him any assurance about the future prospects of Ambadekar's life. One night, Ambadekar was sitting in a bullock cart that was parked in front of Dikshit's Vada and was in deep thoughts, felt neglected, disheartened, and decided to jump into a well and end his life. He was waiting for the right moment to carry out his plan as he thought this is the only way to get rid of his troubles. He wanted the villagers to get back to their homes and rest in bed so that there will not be anyone around while he jumps into the well. Just a little away from this place was the house of the restaurant owner who was Sri Sai Baba's devotee by named Sagun Meru Nayak. He felt the need to provide good food for the devotees that visit Sri Sai Maharaj. Therefore, he began to operate this food stall. He is one among those who had served Sri Sai Baba. Ambadekar's family also depend on this restaurant for their meals. The front portion of Sagun Meru Nayak's home is designed as a food stall while he and his family reside at the back of this structure. Suddenly, Sagun Meru Nayak came out of the threshold of his home and signaled Ambadekar to come over and handed over a book to him asking, "Have you ever read the scripture?" This depicts the life of Sri Swami Samarth. Ambadekar was on the verge of committing suicide. Devotees, please listen to the twist in this tale attentively. At this juncture, Sagun Meru Nayak is coming up to him to ask if he has done Parayan of this divine scripture. Is this not a strange yet curious happening? Ambadekar immediately received the book and opened a random page and began to read here and there. He landed on the page which narrated an experience of Sri Akalkot Maharaj's devotee who has been suffering from excruciating pain on his stomach. He came to Akalkot and served the Guru for a long time, but there was no improvement in his condition and found no relief from the pain. The person was very dejected. He thought, my store of bad karma must be the cause of my suffering. I am a very unfortunate one. Despite being in the proximity of the Guru, I am unable to get rid of the pain. He was dejected and decided to commit suicide. So he planned to throw himself into the well and put an end to his life. He waited for the right moment and jumped into the well. At that very moment, Sri Akkalkot Maharaj came there and pulled him out of his own hands from the well and advised thus: whatever is destined has to be fully borne. All our past karmas must be worked out. You cannot escape from your karmas by committing suicide. If you do so, then your suffering becomes incomplete and you need to take another birth to suffer for this sin in addition to the karmic suffering. Unless they are fully born, we cannot free from them. So, the only way to avoid rebirth and more suffering is to put up with whatever is destined. This Leela pierced the heart of Ambedkar. He felt ashamed for his decision. He was in the brink of committing suicide by throwing himself into the well, and at that moment he got this book from Sagun Meru Nayak, the ardent devotee of Sri Sai Maharaj, which narrates a story of a devotee of Sri Akkalkot Maharaj suffering from a situation that pushes him to end his life and was saved by Swami Samarth at the fitting time. Now, for Ambedkar, his Guru and God, Sri Sai Maharaj, has sent his aid through Sagun Meru Nayak and made him realize his folly at the right time. Ambedkar got the lesson that by killing himself, he would have committed the greatest sin, that is, Atmahatya, and he could not have got rid of his past karmas, as committing suicide is one of the biggest sins that a human could commit. Then he had to take another birth to suffer this karma too, and there is no assurance that our next birth would be a human birth. In that case, his suffering will only multiply but not reduce at all. Gopal Narayan Ambedkar understood that it was Sri Sai Maharaj's mercy that guided him at the right moment through his devotees Sagun Meru Nayak and stopped him from committing this sin. Otherwise, his wife would have to face a very bad situation. His miseries would never come to an end. After realizing his mistake, he dropped the idea of committing suicide. Ambedkar's father was Narayan Ambedkar, a fervent devotee of Swami Samarth, whereas Gopal Narayan Ambedkar has suspended his worship to Swami Samarth. And next day, when Ambedkar went to Dwarakamayi, Sri Sai Baba spoke to him thus: Ambedkar, your father was an ardent devotee of Akkalkot Maharaj, but you have stopped your worship to Swami Samarth. From now on, I insist you to worship Swami Samarth. All your bad times had come to an end, and you will have a prosperous life from tomorrow. Though Ambedkar has been staying in Shirdi and having Sri Sai Maharaj's darshan daily for the past 2 months, this kind of advice and blessing was not bestowed upon him by Sri Sai Maharaj. What an unfathomable Leela of Sri Sai! If Sagun Meru Nayak had not given this book at the right time, then Ambedkar would have met his end. His spiritual progress would have also got ruined along with his life. What a timely guidance and protection by Guru! Sri Sai Baba used Swami Samarth's book as a tool to divert the mind of Ambedkar. By doing this, Sri Sai Maharaj reinforced Ambadekar's faith upon Swami Samarth and insisted him to follow the footsteps of his father. Even after this incident, Gopal Narayan Ambadekar didn't get any other job, but he gained interest in astrology. Actually, when his days were bad, he approached various astrologers seeking guidance. This gave him an exposure to astrology and he began to gain some knowledge and got interested to know more about the subject. Now, as Sri Sai Maharaj has bestowed his grace upon Ambadekar, he could easily learn astrology and got a mastery of this subject. His efforts began to give fruitful result. Thus, in a short span of time, he became a very famous astrologer and earned good amount of money, which led him to a very prosperous life. These kinds of mind-boggling miracles were not only transpired by Sri Sai Baba or Swami Samarth, but also by another contemporary guru who lived in a place known as Shegon by named Gajanan Maharaj. He is also revered as one of the incarnations of Lord Dattatreya. Gajanan Maharaj also protected his devotee by preventing him from committing suicide. How did he save his devotee? Let us listen to those fascinating Leelas and other related stories in the coming episode. Bow to Sri Sai. Peace be to all. Om Sai Ram.